day come on you unexpectedly. Okay, for it will come as a snare on all those who dwell on the face of the whole earth. And this is found at Luke 21:34 and 35. So in conclusion of this particular episode of part 2, we're going to look at, even in the terrifying mist of the dying and destruction of the end time, most people will actually still cling to their evil ways. But the rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues did not repent of the works of their hands, that they should not worship demons, and they did not repent of their murders or their sorceries, their sexual immorality, or their thefts. And this is found at Revelations 9:20 and 21. So the task of bringing mankind to repentance is neither simple, sure isn't, nor quick. Look how long we've had. And it cannot happen without suffering. Now, people have demonstrated throughout history that most will not face up to their sins unless they personally and immediately experience sin's devastating consequences. Now, the world we know will reap the full penalty of its sins, and God compares end-time events to an angel actually harvesting a vine loaded with grapes. Okay, at Revelations 14:19. So the angel thrust his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine, okay, of the earth, and threw it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. So God will no longer, okay, limit the destructiveness of man or Satan, except, okay, to intervene just before, it's very important to remember, total human annihilation would occur. We're going really fast. It looks like, I feel like we're on a roller coaster going straight toward it. Now, the prophet Zephaniah described that day of reckoning for mankind's collective evil and rebellion at Zephaniah 1:14 through 18. It says, "The great day of the Lord is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of devastation and desolation. I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men." And I've seen a lot of people walking around looking kind of blind. Their eyes are wide open, but no one's home, because they have sinned against the Lord. Their blood shall be poured out like dust, and their flesh like refuse. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So I think a lot of celebrities, like I said before, I wonder about them. How much do they understand about the things that they have amassed here on earth? Treasures, money, possessions, homes, cars. And do they actually think that this is going to save them from what's going to happen? How much are they actually understanding? I wonder that a lot of times with people in general, when I see them, and a lot of times I've noticed that people who tell a lot of lies, I don't know what's more distressing, them telling the lies, or do they start believing those lies that they're telling? So Jesus described this time as one of the great distress in the land and wrath upon this people. They will fall by the edge of the sword and be led away captives into all nations. There's a reference at Luke 21:23 and 24. He also explains that Jerusalem will be trampled by Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. Okay. And that's at verse 24. So God will allow Gentiles to tread the holy city underfoot for 42 months, which we know to be now a period of 3.5 years, just before actually God's Son Jesus Christ returns. And that reference is at Revelations 11:2. You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. We invite you to stay connected with us on our other social media platforms: TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, and now Rumble. You can also leave us feedback in 3 ways: in the Interact feature section on the Spotify app, voice messages to the podcast through our customized link,